Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is November the 13th, 2025, because I'm making this video, I don't know what I'm saying. It's the 13th today. I don't know what I'm saying now. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some AEW to talk about. We don't have a lot to talk about. We got a whole bunch of crazy matches. We got blood and guts. We got a false count anywhere. And we got a men's blood and guts. A lot happened here, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw that Jack Perry and Luchasaurus got attacked. And it looks like the Young Bucks has to make a decision next week to see if they're going to join the Don Callis family, because they sent a message to Jack Perry and Luchasaurus for Full Gear, but Kenny Omega is going to be at AEW next week, and he's going to get his message next week and see will the Young Bucks join the Don Callis family. Before we get to that, 2K25, if you guys didn't get your DLC for the Saturday's main event, I got mine. I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it. Every single person I have is on my old school. I have an old school WWE, and they're all in there. They're on Raw or SmackDown. There's some new finishing moves, but there's a lot of finishing moves that I did not know about, like the thump for Junkyard Dog. I thought there was already a move called a thump, and it wasn't supposed to be like a finishing move. And then I saw the Junkyard Dog. It was better than the one I saw. So ladies and gentlemen, we got some AEW. Let's talk about AEW. We got Full Gear that's going to be happening, I believe, next week. I believe next weekend we'll have Fall Brawl. My goodness, a lot of craziness is happening. But we do have blood and guts. Let's get to the first one. We got Megan Bayne, Maria Shafir, Thickola, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Mercedes Moné will be facing Toni Storm, Mina, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, and Jamie Hayter. This match, it was okay. It was a pretty decent match. It was pretty decent. But you did put random people teaming up with each other. I understand WWE does the same thing with their war games. But there was some botches that these women did. I'm not saying they didn't do a good job. They did a hell of a job. There was a lot of blood. They used weapons. They used thumbtacks. But Jamie Hayter tried to whack one of the competitors with the bag of thumbtacks. And the bottom, not where the where you open it, the bottom where the thumbtacks are, that thing burst open, and all the thumbtacks hit the damn cameraman. So there was not a lot of thumbtacks in the ring because she tried to whack it, and then it just the bag exploded. But there was a lot of crazy things happening. We got a table spot outside the ring with Chris Statlander doing a Samoan drop onto Mercedes Moné into a table with full of championships, Mercedes championships, and even the belts got used. Everybody had a belt to whack their opponents with. But yeah, I think Sky Blue was bleeding the most because you see it in her face. But the winner of that match was the heels. Let's say that. The heels got the win because I think they made Toni Storm watch them beat up Mina. And she surrendered. If you don't know how you win this match, all the competitors has to be in the ring. And to win this match is submission or surrender. And that's what they did. They're trying to destroy Mina because that's Toni Storm's best friend. And she doesn't want to watch her best friend get beat up. So she surrendered. So they got the win. We have a false count anywhere match between Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. It was an okay match. I'm not always a big fan of Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know what it is. He's just a big guy to me. He's just a big guy and not I like speed. I like high flying. I like all that stuff. Big guys don't have that. There's some big guys have that, but there's Powerhouse Hobbs doesn't have that. He's just a big muscle guy, right? So these guys fought everywhere. They even fought on top of the announce table. The funny part is that Powerhouse Hobbs, he slipped and his foot went into the hole where the monitors go, and his foot got into the hole. That was the funny part. These guys fought everywhere, but at the end, they were where the audience is. There was like a little balcony, and Mr. Hangman Adam Page pushed Powerhouse Hobbs off the balcony into some electric, and there was sparks. Even the lights was going out. And Hangman Adam Page gets the win. And then Shibata attacks Hangman. Samoa Joe attacks him. Here comes Hook and Eddie Kingston running these guys off. Steel cage comes down because they have the main event happening. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Page says, if you want me in the cage, how about we do this? You keep your guys at home, or for Hobbs, leave them in the hospital, and we could have a steel cage match at Full Gear. So Joe wasn't happy about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Steamboat showed up. Ricky Steamboat showed up because they were in one of the biggest wrestling arenas that they all been for TBS, for the wrestling business. They talk about all the olden days in 1980s where Ricky Steamboat won the World Tag Team titles with two people, with Dustin Rhodes, with some guy I don't know because I didn't watch wrestling 1980s. So yeah, and then Ricky Steamboat got interrupted by FTR. And Big Stoke, of course, has to bring up Macho Man Randy Savage. Ricky Steamboat wanted to beat the living hell out of that guy. He wanted to beat him up. But everybody's stopping him. Don't beat him up. Don't do that. That's not part of the script here. You're not supposed to beat the man up. And then Dax has to he has to say that, oh, you are my trainer, and you did not teach me anything. And all that stuff. And then they demanded this man to get out of his ring. Ricky Steamboat says, I'm turning almost 75 years old, so he's going to be the good guy and get out of the ring. And then FTR attacks Ricky Steamboat, trying to do this spike power driver until Bro Dito came out to make the save. And some reason, Stoke has Dax's shoe. Okay. Our main event will be the men's Blood and Guts match. There was a lot of things here. There's a lot of glass. There's a lot of blood. There was flaming tables. There was a whole bunch of things. It was a lot. But in this match, we got Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin to versus all 5 Death Riders. Pac, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio, Jon Moxley, and Daniel Garcia. They all went to war. They just wanted to hurt each other. We saw glass. We saw thumbtacks. We saw some weird thing that looks like an axe, but it was made of glass. Oh my God, it was all bloody. But at the end, we saw Pac and Gabe Kidd attacking Mr. Darby Allin. And they went on top of the stage. And there was 2 tables. And then the Gabe Kidd sets this table on fire. And then you saw Pac doing a military press slam off of this platform right into the table, in the flaming table. And Darby Allin, you could see him when he rolls. His back is on fire. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match was the Babyfaces after Kyle O'Reilly did the ankle lock onto Jon Moxley. And we thought Mark Briscoe might not even show up because he got attacked by Don Callis family when when his number came up. He was hurt, and then Roderick Strong says, I will go next. So we thought it was going to be 5-on-4 because that's what Renee told us. She lied. She said there was going to be 5-on-4 because of the attack of Don Callis' family, and we thought Mark Briscoe was going to show up. He showed up with a dang a toolbox. That's what it was called. A toolbox and bowl cutters to get into the cage. And this guy destroyed himself, man. Like, he needs to calm down. But a lot of things happened, but the winner of that match was the Babyfaces. They get the win. Congrats to that. But we only had 3 matches for AEW. And now we have a 3-hour AEW next week. AEW Dynamite and Collision. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3 hours now? This one felt like it's 3 hours. Because it did not end at 10. They waited because the Blood and Guts was long. My goodness. Crazy, crazy. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will finally get the results for TNA, because TNA is finally being live this week, and we're going to see a lot of things happening this week for TNA. We heard we're going to hear from the system. We're going to see Kalani Jordan in action before Gold Rush and all that stuff, and more goodies will be happening. I believe Cedric Alexander is presenting one of the Order 4s. Jason Hodge? I think that's what his name is. Jason Hodge, I think? Or is the other guy? What, is that a guy named John Schuyler or Jason Hodge? I always get those guys messed up. I think it's Jason Hodge. I think so. I might be wrong. And I think Indy Hartwell has a match with Danny Luna. I think so. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.